What's up, everybody? It's your favorite coach's favorite coach, and welcome to part 2 of our LeBron series. In this video, we're going to take a look at the transactions the Lakers should make this season that are going to maximize LeBron's potential to succeed in the West. Right off the bat, the good thing about Magic Johnson is it looks like he has a plan. This is a copycat league. When the Pistons were champions, everybody wanted to be like the Pistons. When the Spurs were the champions, everybody wanted to be like the Spurs. I've been saying this for a while, don't copy the Warriors' blueprint because you'll just be a poor man's version of them. Create a team that can match up well with them and beat them. It looks like Magic Johnson's putting together a team of long, athletic playmakers who are going to specialize on playing defense and guarding the perimeter. This is something similar to what Boston had this year, and I thought Boston was probably the team that matched up best with the Warriors had they made the finals. But the Lakers were right up there with perimeter defense last year. So Magic made a bunch of really interesting moves. He signed a bunch of former high-level players to one-year contracts who are defensive-oriented and playmakers. This will also fit really well with their young core of guys like Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, and Brandon Ingram, who are all very interchangeable and for the most part can play defense. He brought in veteran guys with championship or deep playoff experience who can help mentor this young core. Guys like Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson, and JaVale McGee. With Rondo and Stevenson, this is reminiscent of what the Lakers did with Kobe. They signed Matt Barnes and the basketball player formerly known as Ron Artest, and these are guys who feuded with Kobe, who were very, very competitive with Kobe in the playoffs, and they ended up being significant role players to go along with him. That's the key, sign your bitter rivals. It's no secret that Stevenson and Rondo have had feuds with LeBron. Sometimes players like this work best because you really understand their effect on the game and because you've experienced it head on. There's almost like a kinship between rivals. You need look no further than Magic and Bird. It was as if they understood each other on a deeper level. As Kobe Bryant stated when they signed Matt Barnes, if you're crazy enough to mess with me, then you're crazy enough to play with me. And this rings very true for both of these new acquisitions. And this was a very interesting and shrewd move by Magic Johnson. On paper and business-wise, these acquisitions are very intriguing and can make for a very good team right off the bat. But having said that, Luke Walton is fucked. First of all, he's essentially a peer to most of the roster, having played against them, and he was even drafted in the same draft class as LeBron James. The only difference is he was drafted in the second round and LeBron was picked first overall. He also has never had a career like most of these new players have had, which makes me wonder if they're going to respect him or if this is going to have some sort of effect on the way he coaches guys like Rondo. I think he's a great coach. He's shown actual direction and cultivated an identity for his team, and this is something the franchise had lacked for several years. I thought he was the perfect fit for this young team he had last year. However, this new roster has some of the most high-maintenance players, guys like LeBron, Rondo, and the circus surrounding Lonzo Ball. He will have to have a strategy for dealing with Lavar, who's already stirring the pot, saying that Lonzo Ball will be the starting point guard over Rondo. Lavar has feuded with every coach his boys have ever had, and that's no coincidence. He needs to tell Lonzo face-to-face that he's a grown man and no one in the NBA needs their parents to make decisions for them. And if he can't accept that, he's someone else's problem. He's expendable. LeBron and Rondo are not much better with coaches. LeBron clearly viewed Tyronn Lue as one of his peers and lacked the respect a player needs for his coach. And Rondo is notorious for feuding with coaches. He's too smart and strong-willed for his own good sometimes, and he's had issues with Rick Carlisle and Doc Rivers, going as far as breaking a monitor in the film room because of a disagreement with Rivers. And Rondo exploded publicly in the middle of the game at Rick Carlisle. Rondo is also past his prime, and it's going to be a very sensitive issue on who starts, Lonzo or him. And this could create a volatile situation amongst the roster. The media will now scrutinize Luke Walton very heavily, and this is due to the attention and the expectations LeBron brings. I wish the best for Luke, and I hope he's given a fair shake. Now on to what type of players the Lakers should bring in for LeBron James. They either need to bring affordable, low-tier players who can make plays, or role players to fit in a systemless offense, not former or current All-Stars. No Dwight Howard, no Boogie Cousins, no Gordon Haywards, no Blake Griffins, and definitely no Carmelo Anthonys. That's why JaVale McGee was such a good fit. He was a nice complementary piece for the Warriors, and he'll be able to find his niche playing amongst the gravity LeBron James has when he's on the floor. So one player off the bat I think would be great is Kyle Anderson. He's a great passer, he's a UCLA guy, and he's affordable. He might struggle because he's played in a true system in the NBA before, but having that experience will definitely make him more adaptable. The other guy that comes to mind is Aaron Baines. He's not necessarily a low-tier guy, but he's by no means a star in the league. He would be perfect for the Lakers. He can make plays, and he's an enforcer. He's strong as all hell and can take that pressure off of LeBron. He's also a winner. He's proven that in Boston and San Antonio. And that's because he does whatever his team needs him to do and doesn't get mad with his role. Again, it's not so much who they sign, but who they don't sign. The two guys I just listed had one thing in common. They were both former Spurs players. The Spurs are the best at finding diamonds in the rough and maximizing them. They run a read and react offense most of the time, and that's actually closer to the LeBron James system, and I think that'll aid them in being able to fit in. I also think Magic has different plans for the LeBron system. I don't think he's necessarily going to want to run it. The clues that lead me to believe this is because he's told LeBron that he'll have to play the 5. This leads me to believe that they're going to play a Princeton offense, since you typically use your 5 as a secondary point guard, but it hints at a system at the very least. I think he has a clear picture of what he wants the team to look like, which is a good sign. His goal will be eventually to sell LeBron on the system, and the guys I've listed can operate in or out of one. But another guy that comes to mind is Swaggy P. I know between him, McGee, and Michael Beasley, this roster is starting to sound like the Shaqtin' a Fools All-Star team. But by all indication, he seems to be a great teammate. He's always positive, he always has great body language, whether he's playing 30 minutes or cheerleading on the bench. He's also a championship winner. At best, he could fit that same J.R. Smith role, for better or for worse. Melo or Gordon Hayward would either be marginalized or refuse to be marginalized. I know Melo's in Houston, but I don't know how long that's going to actually last. So you might as well have the more affordable, lower maintenance version of those guys. This season, they're only committing to their free agents for 1 year, so that hopefully next year they can land Kawhi Leonard. This would be another brilliant move for Magic Johnson. It shows vision and patience, something that's hard to have when you sign LeBron James, who's expected to win every single year. At this point, I see them as the 4th seed in the West. They're not beating the Warriors or Houston, and probably not New Orleans. Lakers fans are hilarious though. I've been on a bunch of message boards, and they have them pegged as the number 2 seed in the NBA. That's not happening. My unbiased opinion is they remind me of the Milwaukee Bucks under Jason Kidd. They're all tall, interchangeable playmakers surrounding one superstar. They'll probably be better on defense though, but what did they end up being, 4th or 5th in the West? So on to the veteran role players they could use. I think they should sign Kyle Korver. I heard the Cavs want to part ways with him, and I'm sure he can still hit the 3 consistently, despite what I saw last finals. Not having an elite shooter on the team really hurts them. This allows the help defense to zone a lot, and that's always caused problems for LeBron. Like I said in the last video, I don't even know if Korver likes playing with LeBron, but he has nothing to lose at this point, and he might have a chip on his shoulder after last season. Finally, the Lakers need to sign Kawhi Leonard. Holy shit, this would be an amazing team. With his size, his ability to defend, and championship pedigree, the roster would instantly have the ability to switch freely on the perimeter, while simultaneously adding that closer offensively to take the pressure off of LeBron. This would be game-changing. This could contend for a championship. This could be the antithesis to the quote-unquote modern-day basketball system. So in summation, the Lakers need to sign low-tier, low-maintenance guys who understand their role, veterans looking for a championship, and Kawhi Leonard. But more importantly, they don't need egos, they don't need former All-Stars, and they don't need LeBron's usual tag-alongs. Well, maybe just my guy LiAngelo. But either way, this team is going to be one of the most fun and intriguing teams to watch in the coming years, and I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that they have a great plan in place. Anyways guys, thanks for watching to the end of this video. If you liked, please subscribe and share, and we'll see you guys on the next one.